many things around us. Some of them have life and are called living things. There are various kinds of plants, animals, and human beings among living things. Of course, man is also a social animal. All these animals put together are called creatures. Objects which have no life are non-living things. We see number of things that are useful to us in many ways. The sun, the moon, water, air, and things like rocks are natural non-living things. Paper, cloth, cars, television, and computers are some non-living things made by humans. Grouping things. All the things that have life are placed under the group of living things, and all those without life are placed under the group of non-living things. Living things are divided into two major groups, plants and animals. This is because plants and animals are different in the way they live, eat, move, and reproduce. Characteristics of living things. Living things have a few common features. They live like human beings. They do breathe and need food like us. They need water and air. They are made up of cells and grow. Let's see in detail about them. Living things move on their own. Animals move in search of food and shelter and to escape from enemies. Plants do not need to move around for food as they make their own food. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Living things need air, water, and food. Living things die if they do not get air, water, or food. These things are needed by living things to live. Non-living things do not need these things. Most plants have a green substance called chlorophyll in their leaves. With the help of chlorophyll, they make their own food using sunlight, carbon dioxide from the air, and water from the soil. This process is called photosynthesis. Made up of cells. The bodies of living things are made up of cells. Most cells are so small that they can only be seen through a microscope. A cell is the smallest living unit of a living thing. Human body contains millions of cells of different types. Creatures like amoeba are made up of a single cell only. Living things grow and change. An adult looks different than when he was a baby. Our height and weight have increased. In a few years' time, you also will become an adult. This shows that all living things grow and change. Ultimately, all living things grow old and die. Non-living things do not grow and die. Living things respond to stimuli around them. All the human beings, plants, and animals respond to their surroundings. When we feel hot, we switch on a fan. Likewise, animals also respond to hot weather. When an elephant feels hot, it showers water using its trunk to keep cool. If someone throws a stone towards us, we duck to avoid it. The sense organs enable the living things to feel changes in their surroundings. A touch-me-not plant folds its leaves when it is touched. A sunflower plant moves its head to face the sun. Non-living things cannot sense the changes in their surroundings. Living things reproduce. Have you ever observed the plantain tree in your garden having many young saplings? These saplings grow into new plants. This is called reproduction. Most plants reproduce by producing seeds or spores. Life continues on the earth because all living things produce young ones of their own kind. Animals reproduce by giving birth to their babies or by laying eggs from which babies hatch out. Non-living things cannot reproduce. Answer the following questions. What are called living things? Living things. The things around us which have life are called living things. Why do living things need water, air, and food? Living things need water, air, and food because they are made up of living cells and grow. Growth and other physical activities need energy. This energy can be derived from food and air. So, living things need air, water, and food. How do the living things respond to the changes around them? The living things respond to changes, stimuli around them. When we feel hot, we switch on a fan. When an elephant feels hot, it showers water using its trunk to keep cool. If someone throws a stone at us, we duck to avoid it. A sunflower changes its upper part always to face the sun. The leaves of a touch-me-not plant become folded when we touch them with our fingers. What are the living things made up of? The living things are made up of cells and grow. How do we call the animals that produce young ones which look like them? We call the animals that produce young ones which look like them as viviparous animals.